Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Movie Hero Network. This is Tournament Fights number 309, and this is the conclusion of Zack Shelton's top 128 favorite movies. This is the championship bracket, capping off the three-part series this week. I will be your host for this evening, Austin Pez Howell, subbing in for Jordan Anderson, who was on assignment this week. We got a nice panel for you tonight. We got some fun movies to talk about here this evening. So we'll bring in the man in the hot seat first, the man who's been running essentially all these movies in here and all the wackiness, Zack Shelton. How's it going, Zack?
Good. Yeah. I don't know how wacky we're gonna get tonight, but I think this is a really good bracket, and just looking forward to the matchups.
Yeah, no, we got some good matchups coming up and some fun ones as well with some crazier movies. We got most of the crazy movies kind of out of the way. We have a few in here, but most of them are kind of got knocked out here and there. But we got the rest of the panel here. We got Brian Nussbaum. How's it going, Brian?
It's going good. Thanks for having me, Zach. Should be a good time. I see what movie makes the feature list for a new favorite movie now.
Yeah, whatever movie Zach gets to watch next week as his prize.
Yeah.
You got to pop on next week and watch and call your new favorite movie. Got a couple guys who, we've seen a little. I got Mr. Dan Skip Allen joining us tonight. How's it going, Dan?
Yeah, Zach wanted me on. I've been so busy over the last couple of weeks. I was just glad I could fit time in my schedule for this man who was there on my bracket, I might add. So I wanted to make sure I at least showed up for one of the days for his bracket.
Yeah. No, he's joining us real quick before he goes to see Mission Impossible in a couple hours, which I saw today and very much enjoyed and had a lot of fun with. Mr. Erick Ibarra. How's it going, Eric? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Oh, it's doing good. I'm happy to be in Zack's championship at least one night. That's the same as Dan. He was in mine, and he was really fun. And he picked a really fun bunch of movies, so I'm happy to talk about those movies.
Yeah, no, we got some good stuff. So, yeah, how this works tonight is the bracket's very similar to what we do here in Tournament Fights. Only it's a half bracket tonight of 32. And what it is we have the Sweet 16 from Zack's Part 1 that made it and the Sweet 16 from Part 2 that made it, all mixed up here in the nice randomized bracket this evening. So we'll see which one finally wins tonight. We had Catch Me If You Can win Part 1 and became a three-time winner, I believe, of Tournament Fights. It's a heavy hitter there in Tournament Fights. And the underdog fun winner of Bloodsport won Part 2. Jean-Claude Van Damme's movie took it all the way, and we had a little bit of wackiness that night and had a little fun. So we'll see what wins Part 3 here tonight, but you guys know how it works. I'll pop up the bracket. Everybody will get a chance to vote for one movie or the other. We'll keep it nice and quick and breezy, and won't take up too much time tonight. It's a little half bracket, and we'll get it rocking. But Zack, championship time means it's main event time.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And now, it's time!
Right, yeah, it's time. And I, much like I did for Part 2, Zack, I tried to pull some fun alternate and foreign posters for you just to have a little extra visual aid for you guys to enjoy it this evening. So when I could, there's a few that don't have a lot of options, but I tried to when I could. So we'll scroll it over, see what we got. We got Dazed and Confused taking on Pirates of the Caribbean Curse of the Black Pearl, the OG. So we will start at the bottom. So Eric, kick us off this round.
Oh, this is already tough. So Dazed and Confused, one of my favorite summer movies of all time. I don't remember if it made my list, but it's surely close to making it. I love Richard Linklater. He makes hangout movies, the best they've ever been, and this is probably his best one. And The Curse of the Black Pearl, I was around 5 when I first saw this movie. Probably going to pick Dazed and Confused to see what happens mostly. Yeah, both really good movies.
There you go. Dan.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as Eric here. I do love Linklater, and Dazed and Confused is the first Linklater I ever saw. And Matthew McConaughey's classic line. You got Ben Affleck in there. It's a really good movie, and it just shows you the kind of movies that he was going to make in the future. But this is the first Pirates of the Caribbean. This is Johnny Depp. This is what we came to know as one of Johnny Depp's most iconic characters. I gotta go with Pirates of the Caribbean. I think just slightly above Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, sounds good. Brian?
Yeah, I saw Dazed and Confused for the first time last year. Wasn't a big fan of it. I do enjoy Ben Affleck and Matthew McConaughey, but I wasn't a fan of the rest of the characters. For Pirates, I do enjoy Johnny Depp nominated for Best Actor for that role, Jack Sparrow. Not my favorite Pirates, I prefer Dead Man's Chest, but I'll go Pirates Curse of the Black Pearl.
All right. I think I know where Zach's going, but he can make it official.
Yes. Yeah. First day with Dazed and Confused. Yeah, it took me a couple watches to really get into the movie, but I've enjoyed it with every new watch that I have. Just a lot of good, fun characters and fun situations. But I'm going Pirates because it is my favorite movie of all time. Great action, great adventure, and some good performances. So Pirates of the Caribbean.
You know who else is great with great performances all the time? JPO, our six panelists. How's it going, JPO?
We've all seen Hunter X. Hell yeah.
Yeah. We'll get to you in just a second, buddy. You're just in time for the first matchup.
problem.
As a whole, you
Hey,
like to see the
fantastic.
show, so it's all good. It's all good. We're just breezing along here. Yeah, I think Days of Confused is okay. I'm gonna give it a rewatch. I just saw it for the first time a few years ago. Yeah, it's a decent little hangout movie, but not a personal favorite. I'll go Pirates here because I've watched it more times. But JPO, you're here just in time to slap in a last vote for this one. What you got?
Which Pirates? One or
For
what?
the OG, yeah, the Curse of the Black.
Oh,
Pirates.
then yeah, I
Right.
definitely got to go with that. Funny enough, that's the one I've grown up on. Not Dazed and Confused. That's more of a
Yeah.
recent watch, and I do like it a decent ton. But yeah, I think that first one is the perfect blend of action, humor. I mean, a rare Oscar nomination for like just a fun action adventure flick for Depp, but rightfully so. So yeah, Pirates.
But you know what Days and Confused doesn't have the Pirates has, JPO? Affleck.
Ben Affleck?
Pirates,
Yeah, it's
Pirates could use a little Affleck, right? a little bit in there.
Everything can use a little more.
Use
If
more
Affleck's on
Affleck.
it, he should be.
That's
Yeah.
right. All right. So we'll go Pirates on this one, and we'll scoot down to the next one. We got The Mummy from 1999 and Kingsman: The Secret Service. So Dan, what will you next?
Yeah, I mean, look, I know that the Mummy's got this 90s group of people just absolutely love this franchise and they love that movie. I grew up on the Boris Karloff Mummy, and that was the Mummy that I remember when I was growing up, and I loved the Universal monsters. So this new Mummy franchise wasn't my bag as much as when I saw the Kingsman a month early before it even came out in theaters, and I had to keep secret how incredible this movie was.
And how was
This movie was so good. I was shocked. Taron Egerton was amazing in this movie, and it was just like, oh my god, I have to keep this secret. This movie, people are going to blow their minds on the Kingsman, and I because I loved it so much, and I've become a massive fan of Taron Egerton, so I'm going to go with the Kingsman.
Kingsman, all right, Brian.
Yeah, the both good matches. Also, great poster. They chose also awesome for this. Mummy's a fun adventure movie. Kingsman is a fun comic book movie. This is close, but I'll edge it up to Kingsman.
Kingsman, all right, Zach.
To me, Mummy has great action and great adventure. But so does Kingsman. And I actually am entertained a little bit more by Kingsman, so I'm going to give Kingsman my vote.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's a tough match. Kingsman's great. And when Matthew Vaughn was hot, with X-Men First Class and Kick-Ass, and he was on a roll there. Good stuff. But, most people know The Mummy is a top 10 favorite movie of mine. I just adore that. And I've seen it almost more than, other than Tremors, maybe almost more than any other movie out there. So, I'll go The Mummy. But, JPO?
Boris Karloff, more like Boris Snorloff. This is The Mummy for me, baby. Brendan Fraser rocking the 90s here, so this is one I revisit a lot. But yeah, Kingsman is another one, like you said, Pez just said, like riding that Matthew Vaughn high of like, this dude can't do nothing wrong. And then we saw Argyle, never mind.
And he did a lot.
But at the time, he didn't do. At the time, he was doing nothing wrong.
Yeah.
This one's tight. Honestly, I think overall, I think the one that I'll probably go back to, even though I've seen Mummy more at this point in life, the one I think I'll go back to more in the future might actually be Kingsman. And then maybe a little bit more towards that, so I'll say Kingsman.
Okay. Yeah, Eric.
Yeah, they are a lot closer than you would think. Like they are franchise, genre revivals. Like they kind of started one the adventure movie with the horror thing, and then the other the spy movies. I enjoyed The Mummy a lot. I think I like the second one better, mostly because I saw it a lot more when I was growing up. Kingsman, obviously a lot older than when I first saw it. I still think it's pretty good. It's definitely the best one out of those three, if you count the Kingsman.
Mm-hmm.
The Kingsman Secret Service.
Okay, so run away with the Kingsman. All right, here we go. Okay,
Yeah,
and we'll
like even
scroll.
Scorpion King and all, I like the second one better.
No,
It's
for
The
sure.
Rock. I gotta love The
Yeah.
Rock.
All right. I got Cellular with Chris Evans and Jason Statham making the championship tonight against Bloodsport, the aforementioned Van Damme movie. So, Brian, we'll start with you this time.
Yeah, Bloodsport is a great boxing movie. Maybe John Lawrence's favorite movies, according to Kawai.
Mhm.
Cellular, I've
Boxing?
seen.
It's just like a martial arts movie.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah, Cellular is one I seen once, but I'm due for a rewatch of it. Bloodsport 1 Part 2, so I'll give it to Cellular.
Okay, Zach?
This tough because I'm a big action guy, and you can't go wrong with Jean-Claude Van Damme, especially in this movie. But Cellular is a good, not as well-known thriller with a one of the first early roles of Chris Evans and a good villain by Jason Statham. You know what? I'm going to show some love to Cellular.
Yeah, Cellular is one of those movies when I saw it on the list, I was like, that movie I forgot I saw in like 2004. I was like, all right. I think it's an okay thriller. Haven't seen it in 20 years, so I couldn't really tell you. But Bloodsport's in my 128. I adore that movie. It's great 80s cheese, and I think it's awesome. So I'll go Bloodsport. But JPO?
I love Jean-Claude Van Damme in the 90s. Never saw Bloodsport. Cellular.
Okay, fair enough. Eric?
Yeah, I've never seen Cellular. I think this is the first time I'm hearing of it. Funny enough, get it. Bloodsport, I saw for the first time this year. I saw a couple of Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, and I enjoy his style a lot. I think he makes great action scenes. Very cheesy, but this is probably his best one. I think his friend is really good. I think his name is Ray. Pez will correct me in that. Probably.
Yeah, it's Ray, played by Donald Gibb of Revenge of the Nerds fame. Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds. Yes.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
Kumite. I love my Mortal Kombat. This one inspired Mortal Kombat a lot, so I got to go with Bloodsport.
There's a fun Mortal Kombat video crossing over with Bloodsport where they add in like the Mortal Kombat health bars and some of the fatalities with the moves. Like, it's really fun. Look it up. But yeah, Dan?
Yeah, I mean, a couple months ago, 4K of Bloodsport came out, and I was like, oh my God, I got to get that. I got to have that. That's something I absolutely have to have, and I remember these martial arts movies of the 80s like they're the back of my hand. I mean, it's just like these guys, Van Damme, Stallone, Schwarzenegger, these guys were the guys I grew up on. So yeah, Bloodsport.
Bloodsport. Okay, so we have our first tie. So how we do the tiebreakers here on Tournament Fights, so we'll start at the bottom and just kind of rotate that tie-breaking vote down from the bottom up. So JPO can break our first tie here.
You know what? It probably deserves it. I'll say Bloodsport.
Okay, so you can flip, and he flipped the Bloodsport. So there you go. All right, perfectly fine. All right, going down to Con Air, Nick Cage, and The Shining is what that is. I saw alternate poster for The Shining. Zach.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting because The Shining is out actually celebrating its 45th anniversary today, which is kind of interesting how it happens on the same day. Yeah, that's tough. I enjoy like the eeriness and the story and the characters with The Shining, but again, I'm an action guy, and just Con Air is kind of like another one of those cheesy action movies, and I think I have to give the edge to Con Air.
Yeah, another tough one for me because they're both in my 128. I love Con Air. It's also going to be in our dad movie tournament because it's a total dad movie as well. Just a lot of fun. Kind of the best Michael Bay movie that Michael Bay never made because it kind of feels very similar in its vibe. But yeah, a lot of fun. And I love The Shining as well. Just one of the great horror movies ever made. Yeah, they're both great. But yeah, because it's celebrating an anniversary today, it's a nice little coincidence. I'll go The Shining. Why not? But I don't mind either one going through. JPO?
Yeah, no, pretty much a ditto as far as, respect and love for both. But yeah, man, I don't know, there's something special to me about Con Air that I've always gone back to and will continue to. Great cast. Never seen more of a badass John Cusack as well. Malkovich. Also got a great pitch for a Steve Buscemi spinoff. We'll get to that later. But yeah, Con Air will get my vote.
Yeah, great entrance from Steve Buscemi in that movie, bringing him out of the back of the truck. Great stuff. Eric?
Yeah, Con Air is probably the biggest blind spot for me in the whole tournament. I'm pretty sure I've seen bits and pieces of it on TV, but I've never seen it full. The Shining I've seen obviously a couple of times. I read the book and everything. I might even like the movie better, but that's a hot take for the book readers. Gotta go The Shining. I'm a horror guy.
Yeah, and Stephen King would disagree with you. He prefers his one he involved with a stupid miniseries they did in the 90s. He prefers that one because it was more accurate to the book. Oh, wow. But Dan?
Yeah, this is a tough one for me because Nicolas Cage had his moment in the '90s, and he really was just doing all kinds of crazy good stuff in the '90s, and he's having a little bit of a renaissance now. But The Shining is an absolute classic horror. Here's Johnny. Jack Nicholson's one of my top actors of all time, and I love the cinematography and all that kind of stuff. I mean, by the slimmest of margins, I'm going to go with The Shining.
All right. Coming down to you, Brian. What you got?
Yeah, both great movies. I'll go with the Shining on this one.
All right. All right, sounds good. The Shining will take this one. So there we go. All right, moving on down to The Cabin in the Woods, taking on Back to the Future. And it's on me. Another tough one. Another battle of my 128 as well, Zach. Because Cabin in the Woods is great. Saw it a couple of times opening weekend. A movie I showed a lot of people just as like a fun, great movie. And Back to the Future. Well, it's Back to the Future. What's there to say about it? Just because, I don't think it comes up as often. I'll show a little love to Cabin in the Woods. So I think they're both great, but I don't mind either one as well. JPO?
Similar logic here. I mean, obviously, no one has to, be surprised to say Back to the Future is a great film. But, yeah, Cabin in the Woods was just something that I was always excited about. It got delayed for a little bit as well with, studio problems, not any problems with the movie itself. The movie itself is really well written, co-written by Joss Whedon, directed by Drew Goddard. I love where it goes, and even in the beginning, it's so boring, but it's so great because you're like, what am I watching? So Cabin in the Woods will get my vote.
All right, Eric.
Yeah, I would also like to join in making it interesting by voting for Cabin in the Woods, but I like Back to the Future too much, and I'd rather not vote for the horror one in this one, just to see what happens.
Keep it alive. Sure, no problem. Dan?
Yeah, I grew up in the 70s and the 80s, and one of the greatest movies of all time in that decade, movies that popcorn, that kind of nostalgia decade that I grew up in, and Back to the Future is part of that nostalgia, part of my upbringing. I think I was 11 years old when it came out, so and I absolutely loved it. So I'm definitely going Back to the Future here.
All right, well, don't go yet. We still got to finish this bracket. Brian?
Yeah, both are great. Cabin Woods is a unique take on horror movies. Back to the Future is Back to the Future. Great score that was sold at the Oscars. It's in my top 20. Back to the Future.
Okay, this will be another close one, Zach.
Yes, the reason I love Cabin in the Woods, it's a creative, unique take on horror movies, and I think it has a good cast in there, and definitely the ending does surprise you. And then again, you can't really talk about Back to the Future because people say so much about it. Back to the Future is a little higher for me, so Back to the Future.
All right, fair enough. It's funny, I say we don't see Cabin in the Woods a lot, but we'll literally see it next week. We're in our Battle of the Chris's as well because Hemsworth is in there. And then same with Cellular. We'll see that one because Chris Evans is in there. So a couple of these movies we'll actually see next week as well. But for now, we'll go Back to the Future. And we got Quick and the Dead, the Western there, up against Big Fish from Tim Burton. So Sam Raimi versus Burton here. JPO, you kick us off this time. What you got?
Easy one for me, and it's not a knock necessarily on Quick and the Dead. I think it's slightly underrated depending on who you talk to. But Big Fish is an all-time favorite of mine. I just think this story is super endearing, interesting. I think it's the best of Tim Burton, in my personal opinion, where I just think everything clicks from the quirkiness to the heart to the ending. Oh, I love it. I want to rewatch it talking about it, Big Fish.
All right, yeah, Eric.
Yeah, I love my Sam Raimi. I think The Quick and the Dead is like his best, not like his best, but where his direction really shines in the action department. Like I think that, especially in this movie, is really fun. It obviously has a great cast, but I gotta go with Big Fish. Like I saw Big Fish right at the time where it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like that's probably one of the best, definitely top 3 Tim Burton movies out there. So I gotta go with Big Fish.
Yeah, fair enough. Dan.
Yeah, I really respect JPO and Eric's opinion on Big Fish. I think it's a fantastic movie. But anybody that knows me knows that I'm a fan of westerns, and a western that's got an amazing cast: Sharon Stone, Russell Crowe, Gene Hackman, Leonardo DiCaprio, and so many others. I gotta go with the western here, The Quick and the Dead.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah, Quick and Dead is a great dull horror movie for Sam Raimi. Big Fish I do enjoy, top 5 burner for me, but I'm more to bird guys that Sam Raimi, so Big Fish.
Okay, yeah, Zach.
Yeah, it's funny because I really enjoy Quick and the Dead. I think it has a good story and like good action, and then all the different cast that was named. Gene Hackman, I've said this before, plays a great villain, and he definitely shows in this movie. But Big Fish is one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. I just love the story. I love the different directions that it goes, and it's my favorite Ewan McGregor movie. So Big Fish.
No, fair enough. Yeah, no, I mean, Big Fish is good. I just came to that movie for the first time 3 or 4 years ago, but very, very good. But yeah, kind of like Dan, I've become a Western guy over the last 10 years or so, and I love Westerns. And funny that Gene Hackman did like 3 Westerns in the 90s. It's like Unforgiven, Wyatt Earp, Quick and the Dead. He was on a little Western kick himself, so that was cool. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I'll go Quick and the Dead, but it'll be Big Fish. A little Tim Burton going through here. All right, last 2 of this side. We got Raiders of the Lost Ark taking on Apollo 13. So we got some heavy hitters here. Eric is up first on this one.
Oh yeah, I forgot Apollo 13 was here. Also one I haven't seen. They're like, what is it with this guy? Didn't he watch the movies the last couple of days? I probably would have still gone with Indiana Jones' Raiders of the Lost Ark. The Last Crusade is still my favorite, but Raiders of the Lost Ark is pretty much perfect. Like in the action department and all that, like it's iconic for a reason. So I'll go for that one.
Yeah, Dan.
Yeah, I just revisited 95's Oscar, all the films in 95's Oscar Best Picture race, and I mean, Apollo 13 is so underrated considering it was nominated for Best Picture that year, and what won was like something I didn't think. I think Braveheart beat it or something like that, and it's better than it gets credit for being. But Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark is one of my favorite movies of all time. The score, the action, Harrison Ford, the villains, just everything. It's like part of who I am as a film critic. 1981 is really when I started coming into my own as a film critic, as a 7-year-old. So yeah, Raiders all day, every day of the week, twice on Sunday.
For sure. Brian.
Yeah, I'm also with Raiders Lost Ark. I agree with Eric. It's not my favorite. I prefer Last Crusade more as well. Has one of the best theme songs and have one of the first early Alfred Williams movies. So Raiders Lost Ark.
Yeah, Zach.
Yeah, I can't disagree with all of these people talking about Raiders and all the different aspects that they have with the action and the theme and just the iconicness of it. But I'm going with Apollo 13. It's my favorite Tom Hanks movie, and every time I watch it, I'm just engaged the entire time. And even though I know the story, you still want to see how it ends every time. So Apollo 13.
Yeah, no, respect for Apollo 13. It's got my boy Bill Paxton in there. Yeah, great cast. Gary Sinise, Kevin Bacon, good stuff. But yeah, Raiders, I mean, I've been watching since I was a kid. Had it on VHS, seen it a couple hundred times more than Apollo 13. So I'll go Raiders here. But JPO?
Top tier Ron Howard. But yeah, Raiders, just something special here. And I'm glad I was able to finally see it for the first time in a long time recently. And it still even holds up then. So I'm going to go Raiders.
All right, Raiders. And I think it's the last one on this side. We got Almost Famous, a little cut off there, but it's Almost Famous. Taking on Speed. A little kind of Japanese poster for Speed. But we'll go with Dan this time.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for music movies and music biopics and movies based on like stories. And just coming off of Welcome to Rockville last weekend, I have a nostalgia for music, but I just can't I just can't put Almost Famous over Speed. I mean, it's just you can't have the bus going less than 60 miles an hour. Dennis Hopper was incredible. It put Sandra Bullock on the map. I gotta go with Speed, unfortunately.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah, I also enjoyed The Bus That Was So Down as well. It's a great action movie. But Almost Famous is a great music movie. I do enjoy the Tiny Dance sequence. Since we don't see that much, I'll go Almost Famous.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Speed is a great action movie, and Dennis Hopper plays a really good villain. But I'm also a fan of music movies, and I think Almost Famous gives great performances just all the way through, and it has some great scenes in there. And also, Almost Famous is a top 5 movie for me, so Almost Famous.
Yeah, no, I mean, respect to Almost Famous. I thought it was okay. Again, the first time I saw it, didn't come to it until a couple years ago as well. Blind bought it on Blu-ray. I think it's all right. Not one of my favorites, but I'll go back to it again very soon. But Speed, another one of my favorites since having it on VHS back in the day, and I've seen it, once again, a couple of hundred times more than probably Almost Famous. So I'll go Speed. JPO?
Yeah, this is a tough one. It's really just a matter of kind of what is your genre more, because Speed is a great action flick, great 90s flick as well. But I'm a sucker for Almost Famous. I'm leaning more towards that. I'm more into that kind of lifestyle and that kind of character piece with everyone in it. So I gotta go Almost Famous. I really dug it.
Yeah, no, another close one here. Eric, may come down to you. What you got?
Yeah, Speed, I really, really like. The first time I saw it, like last year, it has come up a lot ever since I've been to tournament fights. Like, it comes up often. I always mention it. Like, I had a lot of fun. I think Dennis Hopper's great. I love that joke from the Simpsons a lot more since then, also because I've seen the movie now. But similar to Big Fish, Almost Famous, I saw like right around the same time, and it really impacted me, especially at the music I heard like in middle school and high school. Like, oh, I love this lifestyle. And then I saw it a lot older, and then, oh, maybe I should have loved this lifestyle. So I didn't become a groupie, so all's good, but I still love the hell out of the movie. So I got to go Almost Famous.
Okay, so Almost Famous, making it forward. Steven Shepard will be a happy man. It's one of his favorite movies as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we're done with the first side of the bracket. Nice job, guys. Under half an hour. We're on a good pace here. I like it. All right, so let's keep it rocking on the other side, and we'll see what joins it in the next round. All right, and we'll scroll over and start with Olympus Has Fallen and Fast 5. I know this is Fast and Furious 5, but it's Fast 5. There you go. Brian, we'll start with you.
Yeah, it's good about Olympus Has Fallen, one of the Die Hard rip-off movies. Fast 5, the best in the series. I enjoyed both, but Fast 5 is my favorite of the Fast and Furious series. It's my 54. I'll go Fast 5.
Yeah, Zach?
Fast 5 is my favorite in the franchise. It has some ridiculous moments, but it also has some great family moments. And Olympus Has Fallen is just an all-around just great action thriller. I'm going to give it to Olympus Has Fallen.
Yeah, no, solid action matchup here. Yeah, Fast 5 is very good. Not my favorite of the series, but it's in the upper half for sure. Very, very good. But yeah, Olympus Has Fallen is in my 128. I love it. And it's a great Die Hard movie, so I'll go Olympus Has Fallen. JPO?
I like Olympus Has Fallen, but it's not really next level for me here. Good lose of time action flick, but Fast and Furious 5, I think, is where they kind of really figured out the formula, for the best, and then at some point they lost it again. But so I gotta go Fast 5 here.
All right, Eric.
Yeah, I love Frances Viagra. I love The Rock, and I think this is obviously one of the better Fast and Furious movies. This is the one where Don Omar shows up. Don Omar is a reggaeton singer, and he plays. I don't remember who he plays, but he's in this movie, and that always that gives me a kick. I love that I knew him, and then I saw him in Fast 5. I love the Fast and Furious movies, especially more when they get the more ridiculous. So I don't mind the sudden turn into this shit, like in this one, in the Fast 5. So I gotta go with that one. This is probably the best one out of those.
Sure. Dan?
Yeah, I haven't been a fan of the Olympus Angels, whatever, Have Fallen franchise. I just don't like those movies at all. But I fast forward, this franchise started coming around, and really Fast 5, what Brian said, somebody said, this is when it really started to pick up and they started to be really great movies. I can't remember if it was JPO or Brian or whoever. 4, 5, 6, and 7 are just fantastic movies. And then they just go downhill again after that. But yeah, 5 is incredible. I think, what is it, dragging a safe down the road at one point in the movie?
Yes.
Yeah, that's just a crazy sequence there, and so yeah, and Eric said, what, franchise Viagra, the Rock. There you go. I like that.
Yeah, that was an SNL bit he did where he said he was franchise Viagra in his monologue. Yeah, because they were inserting him and everything. Yeah, all right, Fast 5 rolling on. Going down to Halloween 78 and Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey. This one is absolutely fun for the whole family, and certainly only on Turtle Fights we find a matchup like this. But Zach, you get to kick us off for me.
Yeah, what a matchup.
Right.
Yeah, so Halloween is in my top 5 horror movies of all time. I think it starts off the franchise great, and it has an iconic villain, and you're just along for the ride. But Homeward Bound is a nice adventure movie, and you're rooting for these animals the entire time, no matter what the situation. It's gonna be weird. I'm gonna give the slight edge to Homeward Bound.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I'm all about anarchy, but not in certain situations. Not if it's a movie it's not like a sentimental favorite. I did see Homeward Bound a lot, growing up in the 90s. It was on cable quite a bit, so I do have like a soft spot for it. But nah, Halloween's like a top 10 horror movie of all time for me. So I just brilliant stuff. So I gotta stick with Halloween here. But JPO?
Sorry to take a sip. No, I have sentimental favorite of Homeward Bound, Cats Rule, Dogs Rule, Fact of Life. But yeah, Halloween got to be next level. Well, Homeward Bound's a really solid family flick. Halloween is a next level horror flick. I know Halloween.
Yeah, Eric?
Yeah, one of these is an intense movie where your characters are in constant danger, and the other one is Halloween. But the dog person in me really wants to go with Homeward Bound because in Halloween a dog dies. If you didn't know, now you know, I guess. But come on, gotta go with Halloween. Like, it's definitely top 64. I don't remember which number. I don't keep track of that.
Is it bad that I love that scene?
He got hungry. Dan?
Yeah, I'm a sucker for a good dog movie, but Halloween, you guys shoehorned Halloween as my number 1 movie of my 120, which I'm still regretful. I'm still resentful about that. I'm very, very resentful about that. So I'm gonna force this on Zach. We're gonna keep moving Halloween forward because somebody did this to me, so I'm gonna do it to Zach.
I love how you're mad about somebody moving one of your favorite movies forward in your tournament.
Wow. Yeah, I got lost in the thread there. What?
Yeah. One of my favorite movies won the tournament. Okay.
Wow, 128 move. It's 128. Doesn't mean it's number 1.
Okay. Well, that's why we're on a panel. Brian?
I mean, that's how it works usually for 128, Dad.
I know, Brian. I'm just giving Brian.
Yeah.
I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun.
Yeah. But for me, I prefer Los San Francisco more than Come with Jury, but I'm a family movie guy, so I'll go Homeward Bound.
Okay, so getting some love, but Halloween, we'll stick it out here. Moving on. Going down to Schindler's List, which I found kind of the
Hebrew,
the Hebrew kind of poster for that. And the Lion King. It's a cool poster with if you see Rafiki real close to there, standing on Scar's cheek right there. Yeah. It's on me. Again, another close one, interesting one here. Lion King obviously saw growing up in the 90s, saw a lot of the Disney stuff. Schindler's List, probably the one I gravitate more to as an adult. I'll go Schindler's List here, but again, I won't mind either one. But JPO?
Oh, shiznit.
Yeah.
You know what? Just even. Luckily, I'm second. We're even it out. Lion King.
Yeah. Eric? Is he frozen? I think he might be frozen. He freezes sometimes. I know his connection down there is a little wonky sometimes. So hopefully he'll clear up in a second. We'll scoot up to Dan real quick. We'll come back there.
Yeah, both of these were on my 128, and they were two of my favorite movies. Best favorite animated movie of all time, and one of my favorite movies of all time. This is like stab me in the heart and stab me in the brain kind of thing here. I guess I'll go with Schindler's List.
Yeah, Eric's back. Yeah, no, if you get a little wonky and but still want to type in the private chat, I'll keep an eye out for it. If you still want to vote, if it gets a little wonky, but you're back now, so we'll go back to you, man. What you voting on this one?
Yeah, how's the vote so far?
So far 2-1, so it's very close. So
2-1 to Lion King.
not a Schindler so far.
Oh, okay. Then I'm going with the Lion King because it's shorter. But Schindler's List, of course, is fantastic. But I don't get to
probably
see
watch
it
Lion King.
a lot.
You can watch Lion King twice in the same time as Schindler. Yeah. So,
yeah. You get twice the movie for the price of one. Lion King. Why not?
Sure. Brian.
Yeah, this is tough. John Williams versus Hans Zimmer. Both. We'll see Schindler's List in '93 down the line. I will go with Lion King. It's a great animated movie. I even saw Hans Zimmer live performing the music for Lion King live, so I'll go with Lion King.
Yeah. Zack.
Yeah, this is tough. Schindler's List, yeah, it is a tough watch, but it's a very good watch as well. With great performances, and then The Lion King is actually my second favorite Disney animated movie. I'm gonna give it to Lion King, but very, very close. So.
All right, Lion King roll through. But yeah, we'll see Schindler's List in the '93 tournament. It'll be a heavy hitter in there. Going on to the Terminal with some more Tom Hanks and Master and Commander with Russell Crowe, which will be in our dad movie tournament because that is definitely a dad movie as well. JPO, start with you.
Yeah, Master Commander is good for what it is. It's not my favorite genre. I just revisited the Terminal, and I actually enjoyed it even more than the first couple of times because I just think it's a truly well-intended film. Tremendous performance by Tom Hanks. I just love Tom Hanks so much. And just the heart is so good. The ending is so worth it. Terminal.
Yeah, Eric.
Yeah, it seems I haven't seen many planes movies, many spaceship movies, and many ships movies, which is weird. Master and Commander, I never gotten around to it. I appreciate the fact you have a Spanish title in the poster, so I'm happy to see that. The Terminal I saw for the first time around 4 years ago. I've heard its reputation. I've seen it. It's not regarded as one of the best Spielbergs, and I wouldn't say it's one of the best, but I think it's pretty good. I think Tom Hanks is a lot of fun. I think Catherine Zeta-Jones is a lot of fun. I'm forgetting which one. Is it Diego Luna, the one who's in this one?
Diego Luna has like a romance with Zoe Saldana, and interestingly enough, they bond over Star Trek, and then Zoe Saldana was in Star Trek a few years later. That's a fun little fact about that movie that I forgot about when I did my rewatch.
So this one has Diego Luna, so I gotta go for that one.
Yeah.
Sure, Master Commander is good.
Yeah, about 20 years before Andor. So but Dan.
Yeah, if you did a ranking of Steven Spielberg, I'm sure The Terminal will be in the bottom 5 or so of his entire filmography. It's a lot. It's greatly
I wouldn't
considered one of the worst.
No, I don't agree with
films
that.
in Spielberg's filmography, and I'm sure it's at the bottom tier of Hank's filmography. But Master and Commander, the first
fuck no. You look at Hanks, no. There's way worse Hanks.
Now you're
just wrong.
It's an epic of a film of the colonial ships, French and England, battling on the high seas, and this should have spawned a franchise for Russell Crowe, and not enough people went and saw this movie, and it's a tragedy because it's a great book series. I read multiple of the books it's based on, and Jack Aubrey books. It's such an amazing movie, and more people need to see this movie. I think it's going to be coming out pretty soon on 4K. I'm going to definitely get it. I got to go with Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World.
Yeah. I'll list off some worst Tom Hanks in a minute, but Brian, you go first.
To quote Josie, because he dad, you're wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Wrong.
All right. Just mute him.
No,
It's his turn.
I haven't seen Master Commander, but I do enjoy Terminal against the battle rap, but I actually do enjoy his chemistry with Gina Jones. Captain Gina Jones is great, I do enjoy the accent, and I do enjoy So Terminal.
Yeah, Zach.
Yeah, this is interesting matchup. Again, big Tom Hanks fan, and I think this is a good outing by him. And I recently rewatched Master and Commander, and it definitely has some epic moments in it and some very good performances. I'm going to give the slight edge to Master and Commander.
Yeah, and no, I mean I like Master and Commander again. I appreciate a good dad movie for what it is. But yeah, Terminal's way better than kind of its reputation. I did a rewatch a couple years ago as well. Surprised at how much I got into it. Pinocchio is worse. The Da Vinci Code movies are worse. Here from Robert Zemeckis recently, way worse.
Dragnet,
Larry Crown,
Punchline.
Bonfire of the Vanities,
Bitch.
Punchline, The Circle, way worse movies than this. Way worse movies than this.
Yeah, come
And not
on.
even the same with Spielberg. So I disagree strongly with that. I'm going to go to the Terminal. So we'll roll that through. Catch Me If You Can. Speaking of Tom Hanks, a little more Tom Hanks there, and Mulan with some more Disney. Eric is up first on this one.
Speaking of Hanks and Spielberg,
Yep.
yeah, a lot of planes in this one. This one I have seen. This is pretty much it used to be underrated, but now I think it's perfectly rated among Spielberg and Tom Hanks' work and all that. Yes, it's just really, really good. Like the Christmas scene at the very end, like touching it, and that's not expected of this movie. The way it goes through at the beginning. Mulan, probably I've seen more than Catch Me If You Can, but I think Catch Me If You Can, if I saw it again, it would resonate a lot more. So I got to see it again. And that inspires me to see it again, so I'll vote for that.
Yeah, for sure. Dan?
Now here we go, a movie involving planes and Tom Hanks, directed by Steven Spielberg. That's actually good because it's got other great performances: Amy Adams, Leonardo DiCaprio, Christopher Walken. It's a period piece. It's
You're
a true
just mad that
story.
no one agreed with you.
You know, it's this is a much better movie of what, you know, of the combination of what you guys are trying to say the Terminal was. This is a better version of what we're going for here with this. So I'm definitely going for Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, if Caro was here, he would disagree as well. he's disagree with that. Anyway. But yeah, we'll go to Brian.
Yeah, I enjoyed both these movies. Mulan is one of the best of the Great Renaissance movie. Catch Me If You Can is the best 64. Just because Catch Me If You Can Part 1, I will give it to Mulan.
All right, yeah, Zach.
I enjoy Mulan. I think it has good songs and a good story. Catch Me If You Can is my favorite Leonardo DiCaprio movie, and another great performance from Tom Hanks. I'm going to give it to Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I've talked about Catch Me If You Can. Feels like a Scorsese movie, like the way it's like paced and kind of structured and whatnot, even with the period piece stuff. But it's a lot of fun. Yeah, and Spielberg had a good year because 2002 he had that and Minority Report, so good solid year for him. And I've seen it way more than Mulan. I think Mulan's okay. I'm not as high on it as some other people, so go Catch Me If You Can. But JPO, sing the praises of Tom Hanks some more that we do, just like the Terminal.
The Terminal was so good. They said, let's do this combo again because it worked out so well the first time.
And they kept doing it with the Post and Bridge of Spies. You just kept working with each other. It's crazy.
Oh, more movies that the Terminal's better than the Post, Bridge of Spies. So, no, I actually really love Mulan as well. So again, this is an easy one, and that's almost a compliment of how good Catch Me If You Can is, because I think that is, again, I love the pace of this. It takes its time, but I think it's very rewatchable as well. This is the first time I actually really saw something in Leo, really. So I gotta go, Catch Me If You Can.
All right. Leo had a good December of 2002 because he had this and Gangs in New York in the same month. It's kind of nuts if you go back and look.
Nice.
You can watch two different Leo movies in the same month. But all right, we go Catch Me If You Can here. Going down to The Breakfast Club, taking on Titanic. Speaking of Leo, a little Titanic there. So Dan is up first on this one.
Yeah, the John Hughes kind of era is a little bit of a mix where you have these movies like St. Elmo's Fire, The Breakfast Club, these type of movies, Ferris Bueller. and then you have the kid movies like the Home Alone movies and some of the, and it's like this guy's had a really interesting decade in the 80s of the types of movies and things that they really touch on so many different groups of people. But I really I'm not as big a fan of Titanic as a lot of people are, and I resonate more with the Breakfast Club, so I'm going to go with that.
Sure. Brian?
Yeah, not the biggest fan of Breakfast Club. I find it overrated, but I do enjoy Titanic, and Jordan's not here to boo on it, so I'll go with Titanic.
Okay. Zach?
Yeah. These are very close in my rankings. Titanic, I've seen many times, and I think has very good performances, and just I like the chemistry with Leo and Kate Winslet, and just a lot of different scenes. But I gravitate also more towards Breakfast Club because I like the different personalities of all the characters, and it's fun to just get to hang out with them in a way and see their lives. So, Breakfast Club.
Yeah, no, I like the Breakfast Club. I don't like overly love the Breakfast Club. It's not one of my favorites, but I do like it every time I watch it. I get into it. I think it's a good script, good performances. I just didn't like grow up with it. I don't have like a nostalgia for it or anything like that. It's like some people do. But yeah, I've liked Titanic kind of more and more over the years. It used to be like one of those movies that you'd be like embarrassed, to say that you like. But now, like, I don't care. I like Titanic. It's a good movie, and it's a great disaster movie as well, especially in the second half. So, yeah, I'll go with Titanic here. JPO?
Jordan's not here to poo on Titanic, but the other Jordan is. I don't know. It's never done much for me. I've never even seen it in full. I gotta go Breakfast Club here for sure.
Okay, Eric.
I mean, I like both of these movies. Like, I can understand liking one and not the other, but I like both. I haven't seen Titanic in a while. I have to see it again. Breakfast Club I heard for the first time through references in other movies, and I remember one. This is very of my age, but does anyone know the show Victorious with Ariana Grande and Victoria Justice and all that?
Yes.
So it has one episode that's a total ripoff of Breakfast Club, and it's really bad. And then I saw Breakfast Club, and then this is what could have been, because this one is good. Titanic is also really good. To follow up the sentiment JPO had in Catch Me If You Can, I also liked DiCaprio much better after Catch Me If You Can. Like in Titanic, I think he's fine. Not that it matters to this boat in particular, but I also do with that just to add that one here. I'll go with the rule of short and go with the Breakfast Club because you can see it twice in the same time. You can see Titanic, but Titanic's really good. I just like James Cameron when he does the action movies more.
Sure.
That's
all right. We'll put through Breakfast Club, and Judd Nelson's pumping his fist for that. Yeah, he loves that outcome right there. All right, and we're going down to a Hustle, a little Sandman for you, JPO, hanging on here. And you got Dodgeball, so a little basketball versus a little dodgeball here. Brian will be up first.
Yeah, this is actually tough for me. I love both of these movies. You can have some good laughs with Dodgeball or enjoy a good basketball drama with Hustle. It's close, but I'm a Sadler guy, so Hustle.
All right, Zach.
Yeah, two very different sports movies. I think Dodgeball definitely has some great humor in there, especially the wrench scene and a very fun villain in White Goodman. And then Hustle, I really enjoy the deep story and the performance, especially from Adam Sandler. I'm going to give it to Hustle.
Yeah, no, it's a good matchup here because, Dodgeball is a very rewatchable, very funny comedy, kind of a pseudo sequel to Heavyweights, which I appreciate with Ben Stiller there. But yeah, it doesn't come up a lot, and I've been appreciating this late era, Sandler. I'm looking forward to that movie he's got coming out later this year. That's getting possible Oscar buzz. JPO possible for supporting actor?
About damn time.
I know. So we'll see. He's been dancing around that for a while. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I like this late era. He's a great actor, and it's good to see that coming out. So yeah, you know what? We'll give it to Hustle here. But JPO, we with the Sandman on this one, or will Dodgeball? What you got?
No, I am with the Sandman on this one. Well, I do enjoy Dodgeball a decent amount. It's never been like a next level all timer for me. Well, Hustle was I don't even want to say pleasant surprise, but it was like one of my favorites of that year. I think again he gets snubbed. I think he's so good in it. I don't love basketball, but I almost want to love basketball after watching a movie like this. You can tell the love of the sports on the screen. Yeah, Hustle.
I mean, Sam can ball. He loves basketball. You ever see that dude actually play
Yeah,
basketball? He's
that's
very, very
what.
good.
Oh yeah, no, and
He's
like it's in
awesome.
the
Oh,
end
yeah.
credits where like there's clips of that.
Oh yeah, no, he can ball. Eric.
Yeah, I love my Sandman when he's dramatic. I enjoy obviously Uncut Gems a lot and Punch Drunk Love and the Mayara with stories, which I think is really good. That's the Noah Baumbach is also doing the one where probably Sandler gets Oscar buzz this year. I don't remember the name at this moment.
Jake
But when I saw
Kelly, like I would say Jay Ellis.
Jay Kelly.
Oh yeah, Jay Kelly. Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
But when I saw Dodgeball, like around that time, Ben Stiller was like my favorite actor of all time. To be fair, I was 7 years old. He's no longer there, but I thought it was a lot of fun, and he's great in this one. Alan Tudyk, that's how my family knows him. And he's a pirate from Dodgeball. That's the only place they place him. Like, that's Alan Tudyk. So it always be close to me. Like seen it a couple of times. I need to see it again. I have it on DVD. The DVD is like a Dodgeball. It's really fun. I love classic DVD designs. That's a tangent. Dodgeball.
Sure. Dan.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Dodgeball. I did like Adam Sandler in Hustle, so I'll go with that.
Yeah,
comedies from the 2000s.
That's
Or sitcoms, JPO.
Yeah, I just like the idea of critics having to admit if Adam Sandler wins an Oscar, having to call him Oscar winner Adam Sandler. I just like that idea.
I hope he does the whole and I hope he shabadoos it up if he ever wins. God,
Yeah.
like,
I thank you. Thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah.
That I was a
Jim Carrey can't win an Oscar. Adam Sandler shouldn't win an Oscar.
That is such an ignorant thing to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why does two wrongs equal a right? What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm just giving you crap. I'm giving you crap.
And I will hunt you down. You live close enough.
Don't make me come to Fort Myers.
That's right. The Thing versus Miracle going to Zach.
Dude,
I do not like this matchup because these two are very high on my list. The Thing is my favorite horror movie, and Miracle is one of my favorite sports movies of all time. I'm going to give it, because it's a little higher on my list, I'm going to give it to Miracle.
No, Miracle's solid. Yeah, good early kind of Gavin O'Connor. I like me some Kurt Russell matchup here, with both of these guys. But I think my more favorite Kurt Russell is like badass Kurt Russell, stuff like The Thing. And just rewatched it again the other night because my girl hadn't seen it. So we had a good little rewatch there, and it's probably my second favorite horror movie of all time. So I'll stick with The Thing here. But JPO?
Actually, Miracle's something I actually got to watch. So The Thing is an all-time favorite. Practical hell, yeah.
Yeah, Eric.
Yeah, you gotta appreciate the power of The Thing. Like Zack is not much of a horror guy. By his own admission, it's not me making assumptions. But The Thing and The Shining, Halloween make it to the list because they are that good. They are undeniable. Escape Room is on the list. Never mind. Zack. What the hell? No, I'm kidding. No, but The Thing is like undeniable. It's pretty close to perfect, and I don't use that word lightly. Like The Thing is The Thing. Miracle, sure is good. I haven't seen it to be honest, so I don't know if Miracle is better. We'll have to see.
Fair enough. Dan.
Yeah, well, The Thing is my second favorite horror movie of all time. Well, third technically because I put Alien and Aliens as number one as like 1A and 1B, but The Thing is my right there. But as a fan, as someone who grew up, who actually watched the events from Lake Placid, New York, and have Al Michael go, "Do you believe in miracles?" Yes. And saw that as a 6-year-old, and then have that be turned into this movie with Kurt Russell. And I was just absolutely blown away by this. So Miracle for me. Unfortunately for The Thing, it just came up into a great sports movie that I love. So Miracle.
All right. Might come down to Brian. We'll see.
Yeah, Miracle. I see both, but Miracle's one I do enjoy more. So I'll go Miracle for his first matchup as well too.
All right. So but we'll see because it's a tie, and it goes up to we had JPL last time. We go up to Eric this time. So come down to him. But you can stick or flip, whichever one you want.
No, I won't do that to John Carpenter. He's still living. He could look me up. The Thing.
Okay, no, fair enough. All right, so the thing hangs in there. And there we go. We are done with the reg, guys. So we got our matchups going into the speed round. So just like that, we're making good time here. And since we'll just say in honor of a little Mission Impossible theaters right now, let's go a little Tom Hanks. Here we go.
I feel the need for speed.
All right, you guys know how it works. Here we go. We'll speed it up just a tad, and we'll see which one wins the championship episode for Zach and what movie he gets to watch next week and claims his new favorite movie. Going to me first, we got Pirates of the Caribbean versus Kingsman. It's very close. I'll slightly go Pirates here, but won't win either one. JPO?
Oh, shit. Let me think about this. I got 10 seconds. Let's go with... Yeah, Pirates.
Pirates, okay. Eric?
Yeah, I'll go Pirates because it has Spanish words in it.
There you go. All right, Dan?
I go Kingsman.
Kingsman? Brian?
I'll go for my favorite Disney attraction, Pirates.
Okay, and Zach?
Pirates.
All right, Pirates hanging in there. All right, going down to Bloodsport versus The Shining. JPL, what a matchup.
Shining.
The Shining. Eric?
Yeah, The Shining. You want to get sued?
The Shining. Dan?
I'll go with Bloodsport.
Bloodsport. Brian?
No TV and no beer make Homer go with something. The Shining.
Okay. Zach?
I'll go with The Shining.
And I have T-shirts of both, but I'll go The Shining. So, all right. The Shining going through. We've got Back to the Future taking on Big Fish, starting with Eric.
Go with Big Fish. Why not?
Big Fish. Dan?
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Brian?
Back to the Future.
All right. Zach?
Big Fish.
Gotta go Back to the Future. Seen it way more. JPO?
Big Fish. I've seen it more.
Okay, fair enough. It's a tie to Dan.
We'll go with Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Okay, taking a Big Fish. We got Raiders of the Lost Ark and Almost Famous rounding out this side. Dan.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay. Going up to Brian.
I also go Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Zach.
Almost Famous.
I'll go Raiders. JPO.
Almost Famous.
Almost Famous. Eric.
I'm going to go Almost Famous to see what happens.
Okay, well, what happens is another tie, and we go to Brian this time.
I'll go Almost Famous, actually.
Okay, we'll pull a little
We
upset.
made him
here.
flip.
Okay, Almost Famous. All right, we flipped it. All right, perfectly fair. Going over to Fast 5 on the other side, starting out against the Halloween 78. Brian.
Yeah, it might be a quick crossover. Michael Myers invading the Fast and Furious crew, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go Fast 5.
Fast 5, Zach.
Halloween.
Yeah, it's a close one. I'll go Halloween, but we'll see what happens. If you guys put Fast 5, I'm fine with it. JPO?
Same, but yeah, Halloween.
Halloween. Eric?
Yeah, Michael Myers can drive, but Vin Diesel cannot breathe heavy, so I'll go Halloween.
All right.
Maybe he
Dan?
can. I don't know.
Yeah, I will go Fast 5.
That's 5. Fair enough. But Halloween is going to hang on this time. Lion King taking on The Terminal. Zach.
Lion King.
Going for the upset. The Terminal. JPO.
My heart says Lion King. Angering Dan says Terminal.
Okay, Eric.
I won't do that, and I'll go with Lion King.
Okay, it may not happen. We'll see. Dan.
Lion King.
Lion King. And Brian.
I'll go for the good Tom Hanks performance, The Terminal.
Okay, but it comes down to Zach. We got another tie.
You can say it's good. You don't have to say it's the greatest.
Lion King.
Okay, Lion King rolls through. Not quite there, but there we go. Going down to Catch Me If You Can and The Breakfast Club. I'll go Catch Me If You Can, but I won't mind if you guys put through The Breakfast Club. JPO?
Way bigger. Catch Me If You Can, guy. Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can. Eric?
Yeah, Catch Me If You Can.
Okay. Dan?
I will.
Hey.
Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can. Brian?
Catch me if you can.
All right, Zach?
I will give some love to Breakfast Club.
Sure. All right, we got Catch Me If You Can. We got Hustle and The Thing. That's only on Tournament Fights. JPO.
Ah, shit. Just because it's more in me for longer.
You said The Thing. I'm sorry, you cut out for just a second. The Thing, right?
The thing, yeah, it's been
Okay.
around.
No, fair enough. Eric?
Yeah, The Thing.
The Thing. Dan?
The Thing.
The Thing. Brian?
Just because you don't see that much hustle.
Sure. Zach?
The Thing.
Yeah, I gotta go with The Thing. One of my favorites of all time. The Thing. All right, and we'll jump back over to the other side. And here we go. We are going down, I believe, to the final four here. So let's see. We start out with, we got Pirates versus The Shining. And we'll start with Eric on this one.
Oh. Well, is it really tough? Go The Shining. I mean, but Pirates is really good.
Yeah. Dan?
Yeah, I'll go with The Shining.
The Shining. Brian?
Pirates.
All right, Zach?
Pirates.
I gotta go The Shining. JPO?
The Shining was rated R for Pirates.
Pirates. Okay, it's a tie to me. Ah, shit. You know what, Zach? It's your bracket, so I'll flip it back to Pirates for you. All right, there you go. All right, did it for you, Zach. Back to the Future and Almost Famous on the bottom here. Dan.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. We'll go Brian.
Back to the Future.
Zach.
Almost Famous is a little higher, so Almost Famous.
Back to the Future. JPO.
Yeah, Back to the Future on this one.
Okay, and Eric.
Go Almost Famous because Back to the Future surely wins a lot.
We'll see. I'll let you know. But Back to the Future going through. And on the other side, we got Halloween and The Lion King. Fun for the whole family, right, kids? Brian?
Yeah, The Lion King.
The Lion King. Zach?
Halloween.
I'll go Halloween. JPO?
Lion King.
Lion King. Eric?
I also go Halloween.
Halloween. Close one. Dan?
The Lion King.
Lion King. So we have another tie. We start back over with JPO on the bottom for the tiebreaker this time.
Zach, what'd you say?
I said Halloween, but it's up to you. So,
Aren't you a gentleman? It was close. I'll say Halloween.
Okay. All right. Halloween going through. We've got Catch Me If You Can and The Thing. Zach.
The Thing.
Yeah, I'll go with The Thing. JPO.
I just wanted to give it a shot. I'm gonna say Catch Me If You Can.
Sure. Eric.
I'll go with La Cosa, which doesn't mean Catch Me If You Can.
I was gonna say that sounds pretty short for Catch Me If You Can.
That's the thing.
Yeah. 10.
The Thing.
The Thing. And Brian.
Yeah, you're going to talk hard about him next round. I'll go The Thing.
Yeah, we could. Definitely. So, yeah, that'll be. I might have to play the conundrum one for that one. All right. All right. Going with Pirates on the left side versus Back to the Future. So, some heavy hitters. Man, it's on me. Ah, shit. I don't mind either one, but I got to go with the one that's in my list. I'll go Back to the Future. JPO.
I'm gonna even it up and say Pirates.
Okay. Eric.
I'll go Pirates because it's a fine ride.
Sure.
Every month.
So was Back to the Future back in the day.
But I've never been there. And I never will then.
I did many, many times. I know it's closed now, unfortunately. You can watch the video on YouTube if you want to. But Dan,
Just the
Back to
same.
the Future. Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Brian.
Well, it's my 64 Back to the Future.
Okay, and Zach.
Pirates.
And we have a tie. Again, we're going up to Eric for the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I'll go with Pirates because screw Back to the Future. That
Pirates.
movie sucks. Nah.
All right. Pirates into the finals. Yeah, and on the other side, as Brian alluded to, we got a John Carpenter horror matchup here. Halloween versus The Thing. Two heavy hitters. I think I'll play it at least once for this one.
Oh, wow.
Looks like we have ourselves a genuine conundrum. A quandary, if you will. A real-life dilemma.
All right, there we go. Shout out to Kara who finally cut that for me a few weeks back, by the way. So yeah, John Carpenter matchup, Halloween, The Thing, JPO. Quite the conundrum.
Oh, man. I'm going to say The Thing.
The Thing, okay. Eric?
Go Halloween to keep it interesting.
Halloween. All right, Dan.
The Thing.
The Thing. All right. Brian.
October 31st, Halloween.
Okay. Zach.
The Thing.
Yeah, and if I actually ranked out my horror list, I think The Thing is slightly higher, so I'll go The Thing. So, all right, finals time. Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, taking on John Carpenter's The Thing in the finals here. Let's see what Zach gets to rewatch next week. Eric, kick it off. What you got?
Go The Thing.
The Thing. Dan.
Yeah, it's Zach's bracket. We're not going to shoehorn him with something else, so we're going to let him watch his favorite movie, Pirates of the Caribbean.
So if he doesn't like The Thing, what's he made it so far?
Yeah, right. Brian. Yeah, he'll have to tell us where it actually ranks overall, but once the episode's over with Brian.
Yeah, even Zach saying, yeah, this movie's overhyped. Why is it my 138 for? But I'll go with The Thing.
The Thing. All right, Zach.
Oh, this is tough.
See, it's tough.
Pirates.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, it's not my bracket, so why not? Pirates. JPO.
See, that makes me feel bad. All right. I do love both. I'll go Pirates.
All right, Pirates of the Caribbean takes the bracket, and appropriately enough, I think it's Zach's number one of all time, and it does win his championship.
The thing,
there you go. Nicely done.
My top 10. So.
Okay, so not far off. There you go. But with that, I will say Pirates becomes a two-time winner. We had a couple of multi-time winners. Actually, this whole Elite Eight and Final Four here was full of a lot of previous winners. The Thing has won a tournament. Back to the Future's won a tournament. Lion King's won a tournament. A couple of tournaments. Catch Me If You Can won a couple of times. So we have the Shining's won. So we've had a lot of former winners in here. But yeah, Pirates originally won our 2003 championship, so another championship back then in our ladder series. So yeah, and tonight Zach's movie. It does happen sometimes in tournament fights where his actual favorite movie wins the actual bracket. So I guess you won't have a problem, Zach, rewatching Pirates next week, given the fact it's your all-time favorite. So there you go. Nicely done, sir. But yeah, I'll do my best to kind of pull a trailer here off to the side while we're getting the plugs out of the way. I won't go as far as Jordan, I promise, so I'll try to pull it very quickly. But please, if JPO, you have extra, plugs, a few extra ones just to give me a few extra seconds to pull trailers, you're welcome to do so because I try to multitask here. But we make good time tonight. So yeah, just we're bumping up on the hour and 10 minutes. I appreciate that, guys. But JPO, you're a busy man. Got lots of tournaments and trivias and all kinds of stuff. What you got going on?
Well, guys, it's JPO. I don't know if you know that stands for Jordan Pierce Owens, which means you can find me, JPO, the aforementioned JPO, on the Pierce Co. That's the Pierce, like pierce your ear, Co as in company. We do trivia. In fact, I believe most of these people played, except for Dan, because he never hangs out with me. But once everyone else played in that tournament, we had lots of fun. That just wrapped. Probably the next couple of weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks, give or take, we're going to do a tag team tournament to start looking for a partner. Again, not Dan, because he doesn't want to hang out with us. He thinks we're not cool. But find someone else, and you can play in a movie trivia tournament with a partner. That's going to be lots of fun. And hey, speaking of trivia, go to the wrestling channel, Pierce Wrestling, like my middle name, or Ear. And there's currently a tournament going on over there. If you think Tony Khan loves tournaments, no, JPO loves tournaments. that's good
You might as well change your channel to JPO loves tournaments and does them all year round. Just change your channel. It'll roll off the tongue much better, JPO. But yeah, we'll go up to Eric.
I'll
you
call
got
it
anything going
tournament
on, buddy?
fights. That's never been done.
Oh,
before.
okay, yeah. Let's call it bracket something, bracket battles, yeah, whatever you want to call it. What you got, Eric?
Yeah, you can find me watching Mission Impossible, the final reckoning in a couple, I guess an hour and a half. I guess I'm very happy to have been in the show because it was very quick, very fun. I'm very happy that Zach got his number 1. I didn't get my number 1 when I did this. Got my number 7, which sucks, but it was a lot of fun. One great movie. Yeah, you can find me at Double or Nothing this Sunday. I'm not part of the show. I will be in the crowd. I'm not even.
Really?
Yeah, I'm finally going.
Nice.
It's very close. I'm very excited. My first ever wrestling pay-per-view. Very happy about it. I'm going to be on the side of the hard cam, but like on the corner, so you probably won't see me, but I'll be there.
Okay.
I even
So
think,
what you're saying is you don't want to link to our Lonely Marks watch party because you won't be watching us and watching it live.
I can do both.
You don't need that.
If I had enough,
you want to try to do both, you can do so.
Signal.
Yeah,
I could try it. I'm gonna try it, and then hey, you can watch from over here. I got a good place, I guess. What else you can find me? You can find me at the Piersco. I just played in the Final Destination one. You can find me at Spear from the Past. Last Monday we talked about WrestleMania Backlash, and I think that's pretty much it. I got mixed up words. I gotta go and watch movies.
You're good, man. Go enjoy Mission Impossible. I had a lot of fun with it, so have some fun. All right, Dan, what you got going on? You got a lot going on as well. What you got going on?
Yeah, you see my name right there. From thefourthrow.com. That's a website that I own. I am the head film critic and I am the editor-in-chief. Sometimes I have some typos. If you say something nice to me in my messenger, and I'll go and fix it. Don't have to be all nasty in the comments.
Yeah, Richie, I got your back, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm a film critic in Florida. I'm also working on a game show over on Chasing Labels channel with my buddies Andrew and Steven. I'm going to be on June's episode of Picture This with Dylan and Chad from the Dill Pickle Movie Network. I'm just still trying to work on my own show, Bleacher Features, and hopefully I'll get Zach on there to do what was that? Glory Road, which I know he loves that movie a lot. So we'll get him to talk about Glory Road.
Mm-hmm.
If Zach wants to be a tag team, he wants a tag team partner with me, and we'll go and destroy Jordan's Trivia League because it's going to be for us.
Oh, man, calling a shot already.
We'll knock that league out like it's a bunch of toddlers out there. So go for it. Zach. If you want a partner, I'll go with you.
Sure. All right. Well, calling a shot. We'll see what happens. But Brian, what you got going on?
Yeah, you can finally do trivia on the mentioned Pierce Code. Sometimes calling it to long time, first time. A show where you can call in some of the movies you watched the first time, like Pyramid Doc, which I talked about. Multiplex, a channel for trivia, which I appear on. TBNT, same type of trivia, but for fandom movies. I'll be on Best to Worst on Sunday, talking fan movies, which for some reason we have Casablanca and Chum on there. I'm not sure why. Movie Here Network. I'll be here for the drama series coming up. And also the other trivia leagues, like Lights Out.
And I forgot two things I wanted to say real quick. I got for all the wrestling people. I'll be on Monday Night Raw from Tampa, Florida on Monday. So how about that, wrestling people out there?
And I'll be on SmackDown after SummerSlam.
And then I'm seeing if I can.
I'll be watching it from home.
See if I could sneak into Saturday night's main event somehow. On Saturday, I'll be doing 2 wrestling events from Tampa.
How you sneak into shows? You wear a glowing construction vest and you carry a ladder. That's how you always get past security. Just carry a ladder into the venue and you'll get backstage.
Not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Also, I believe I'm going to be on the Battle of the Chris's next week, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I think I'm on the Battle of the Chris's, so I'll be back on Movie Hero Network very soon.
Yeah, I'll be finalizing that list probably tomorrow or Sunday. We'll get that posted, and hopefully Jordan will make that group here in the next day or two as well. And yeah, I'm finalizing that list, so should have that knocked out very soon. But Zach had a couple of Chris movies in his thing here, but yeah, I hope you have fun this week, Zach. Yeah, you can let us know if you rewatch a little Pirates this week. Rewatching your favorite movie should not be that difficult, so have a little fun with that. But thanks, man. What you got going on?
Yeah, first, thank you all for coming. But mainly you can find me on Letterboxd and YouTube at MovieFanZ. Try to upload every day or every other day some old movie reviews. But you can also find me at Multiplex and TBNT, and I will be back on this channel because I think I'm also in Battle of the Chris's and for the Dad movie tournament. So
Yeah, no, I know you had a couple of movies we pointed out even in part 2 that were like, oh, that's a Chris movie. That's a Chris movie. You know, a couple of those Chris movies will be popping up sooner rather than later. Yes. Because, yeah, I'll just throw out a few things over the next just 2-3 weeks or so. Nothing too crazy. A few things I'm involved with. Yeah, tomorrow night, our monthly mistake over on Mega Movie Z with Wolfman. We'll be doing drinking along to The Final Destination, the worst Final Destination movie, and doing a little drinking game for that. Got our Godfather recast. Recast will be back Monday night. Myself, Richie, Malcolm Lay, Jonathan Caro doing our Godfather recast. That should be a tough, crazy episode. So on Monday night, recast will be back. Yeah, the aforementioned Battle of the Chris's tournament next Tuesday. So all the Chris's, your Hemsworths, your Evans, Pine and Pratt, kind of their, you know, we do have some of their franchise stuff, but just like one per franchise. So, you know, we'll be hitting a lot of their sort of non-franchise stuff in there as well. So some of those guys are early and later movies. We've got our tier rankers letter series, the alphabet series, essentially all A movies. We're starting up. We'll get into our drama mystery series after that. And yes, I'll be hosting the aforementioned June 13th Dad movie tournament. I'm looking forward to that. It's all dad movies for Father's Day. So all those movies that your dad would give the seal of approval to. So that's all I'll mention for now. Got some fun stuff coming up. So make sure get over to the Movie Hero Network, join our Facebook group as well for all the latest in our group. But yeah, that'll do it for tonight. So appreciate everybody hanging out with us. So for Erick Ibarra, who had to go, he's going to go check out some Mission Impossible. For JPO, for Dan Skip Allen, for Brian Nussbaum, Zack Shelton, the man in the hot seat this week, myself, guest host Austin Pez Howell. We'll see you guys next time here on the Movie Hero Network.
There's no ship that can match the Interceptor for speed.
I've heard of one, the Black Pearl. A ship like that makes this one here a bit superfluous, really. Oh, there's no real ship that can match the Interceptor.
Black Pearl is a real ship.
You've seen it?
Yes.
You haven't seen it?
Yes, I have.
You don't know what this is, do you?
An immortal that removes but a single piece from that stone chest shall be punished for eternity. All the scattered pieces must be restored. Thanks to ye, we have the final piece. Hello, Poppy. I'm curious. After killing me, what is it you're planning on doing next?
We have to hunt him down. We must save him.
You are a blacksmith. You forget your place.
You were familiar with that ship, the Black Pearl.
What's your name?
Will Turner.
Can you sail under the command of a pirate?
The moonlight shows us for what we really are. You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner.
You are the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of.
Good boy.
No more pirates.
Who are you?
I'm Captain Jack Sparrow. Savvy.
That's got to be the best pirate I've ever seen.